I'm Praveen from Bodyprocoach Fitness. The reason we're making this video from the concern that most of the time people go to gym, and especially I get to see a lot of women working out really hard, doing quite a lot of cardio, doing a lot of intense workout sometimes, like group classes, but they end up not getting the desired results that they're looking for. So I thought let's share this 5 important things that you should ideally do in order that you get the best results possible. Alright, the first and the most important thing is about doing some empty stomach cardio. So what's going to do that? Because you must have heard about intermittent fasting, right? How does intermittent fasting help you to burn fat is that your muscles are not filled with glycogen. Wherein that most of the time when you eat food, your muscles are filled with glycogen, even the livers are filled with glycogen. So that time, body end up using more of glycogen, or the carbohydrates that we eat converts into glycogen. So the body using glycogen as a major source of energy, and the fat does not get utilized, the stored fat what I'm talking about right now. So in order to use the fat that is stored already in the system, what you have to do is that do something which is like empty stomach cardio. So as soon as you get up in the morning, you can incorporate this kind of cardio to burn good amount of calories or use the fat as a major source of energy. So ideally about 20 minutes to approximately somewhere about 40 to 45 minutes would be the ideal time to do the cardio in the morning. Alright, so when it comes to fat burn or fat loss, your calorie intake and you becoming calorie deficit plays a huge role, and that's how you definitely get results or faster results. So I believe that when you bring in everything into the calculation, it makes more sense to get better results. So per day you have to be deficit by about approximately 1100 calories, which means that over a week you're going to be deficit by approximately 7700 calories. What's going to do that? A pound, 1 pound is approximately about half kg, so 0.45 kg comes out to be approximately 1 pound. So to reduce approximately a pound or approximately a pound and a half to 2 pound, you'll have to be deficit on your calories per day by about 500 to 1000 calories. Alright, let's talk about this one. It's something very major and everybody has a huge concern about carbs. These days, even intermittent fasting or a ketogenic diet has almost taken up everything. People are doing most of the time ketogenic diet or intermittent fasting to get faster results. So where it means that the carbs is pretty much out of the system now. But being said that, carbs has a huge role to play when it comes to nutrition or when it comes to your performance. But being said that, the whole video that you're making right now is completely based on particular goals. Okay, if your goal is something that building muscles, or if your goal is about say losing fat, you want to consider that as one of the most important thing. Then you want to place all these things based on the goal. So now, for example, being said that if you're following a ketogenic diet and if you're doing something like very aggressive movements or lifting a lot of weights in the gym, you would see that your energy levels has gone down a bit. So probably you would want to be the person that incorporate a bit of carbs into the place. Okay, so that's another one. That's another topic altogether. If you want to keep it for another video. Okay, so being said that, let's talk about carbs. When to take carbs. So ideal time to take carbs is going to be that if you're not doing an empty stomach cardio, it's going to be ideally early in the morning when you get up. Now reason being why? Because you have your glycogen level to be at the lowest when you get up, because you've already slept for about 7 to 8 hours, and that's very important to sleep for that many hours, and you're already in a fasting mode. So as soon as you get up, you can to replenish the glycogen system, you could use carbs as you get up. Another one is going to be a pre-workout meal. Now, if you're not on an intermittent or a ketogenic diet, you should ideally use carbs as a pre-workout meal, approximately about an hour prior to the workout. That's going to get you some really good amount of energy when you're working out. Alright, so that's the second time, okay? The third option could be that post-workout, within a 20 minutes window, you could put in carbs again if you wish to do so. Being said that, if you're not following a particular diet plan, if you're on a normal diet plan, when you're eating a moderate amount of protein, carbs, and fats, then it's going to be even on your post-workout meal. Because when you're working out, when you're doing an intense workout routine, you pretty much deplete the glycogen system. So you have to eat carbs in order that it can replenish the system of the glycogen. At the same time, carbs helps you to take the protein or whatever that you're taking post-workout to the bloodstream much more quickly. Alright, it's another big one, okay? So now, there are n number of diets. You got paleo diet, you got Atkins diet, you got intermittent fasting, you got ketogenic diet, so lots and lots of diet plans. And I'm sure that you must be getting confused what to do, which one to do now. You got so many plans. So I would say first of all that whatever plan that you're taking it up, that has to be more consistent. You want to do any plan that you're taking it up from a month to 3 months to see the correct results or to see the correct protocols that the diet plan talks about. So the most important one I would say that is about cutting down on carbohydrates. There are some nutritionists or the dietitians who says that carbs has a big role to play. Even I do agree with that. But when it comes to fat burning or using the fat as a source of energy, the post-workout carbs, the pre-workout carbs, or the eating carbs at a particular time makes a big difference. So if you eat randomly and quite a lot of frequent meals on it, it's going to spike insulin. It's going to pretty much stop the complete process of fat burning. So you want to make sure that you're using carbs but at the correct time. So the other one could be that definitely you want to stop or cut down on the sugars. So the more the sugar in the system is going to keep the glycogen system on a higher note, and you will not get to the fat burning zone at all. Coming down to the next one, you want to keep a diet plan which is moderately with good amount of protein, not too much, but good amount of protein, good amount of fat, decent amount of carbohydrates. So when I say decent amount of carbohydrates, what I mean by that is that most of the vegetable even has carbohydrates. So you want to mix it up with a huge amount, a good amount of salad, a good amount of protein, a good amount of fat. That's going to help you to figure out exactly what works the best for you. Now this is I'm talking about a general term. If you want to get faster results, we have video on ketogenic diet plan, how to do it. You can choose that. Now what happens in ketogenic diet plan specifically is that your body becomes so eligible to use the fat as a source of energy, and for that you need to do is that cut down or shut down the system of glycogen as much as possible. So that's another one. If not, intermittent fasting. Now intermittent fasting about another one. So that's something what I would say that somebody is looking to lose fat much more quickly, somebody is really overweight, want to come down to a particular weight much more faster, that person should pick up intermittent fasting as a particular protocol to show faster results. Then it comes to mixing it up with intermittent fasting and ketogenic diet. As you become a little more experienced with intermittent fasting, you know how the body is working. So those plans will show much more better results. I mean intermittent fasting along with ketogenic plan. Now, if you're a normal person, you want to probably maintain your lifestyle. You're happy the way you're looking probably, but you want to just shut down a bit of fat percentage from the stomach. Then you want to figure out something which is about with a moderation of protein, carbs, and fat, which you can maintain on an easily day-to-day basis. Now, rest of the programs that whatever we mentioned right now about say intermittent fasting or ketogenic plan is a plan to pull you down to in a good shape much more faster from a very obese or a kind of from a fat situation. Okay, now when we go to the gym or when we do an exercise on outdoor, we end up going through different phases of heart rate. So heart rate plays a big role in your fat burning. Okay, you must have heard about resting heart rate. That's comparative. I'm just giving an idea about it. So your resting heart rate is about 60 to 100 on a normal individual. All right. So now, how do you calculate your maximum heart rate? Is about 220 minus your age. So in different zones, the more the intensity of this exercise, you burn definitely more calories. At the same time, the heart rate goes up. But it does not mean that the body is using fat as a source of energy. So we want to make sure that the body uses fat as a major source of energy. For that, we want to maintain somewhere about 60 to 70% of your maximum heart rate. Alright guys, so let's understand how to calculate your fat burning zone heart rate. Okay, that's about 220 minus the age comes down to be the maximum heart rate you should maintain or you should have ideally. Now we're talking about fat burning zone. So from the 220 minus age, which comes down to assume that somebody is 35 years old. So 220 minus age of 35 comes down to be 185. So now 70% of 185 will be at somewhere about 130 approximately. So that is the heart rate that you should maintain when you're looking forward to burn that, the fat burning zone, or fall into the fat burning zone, specifically when you're doing the cardio early in the morning. Alright guys, you want to make sure that you share the channel with your friends and family, because I believe very strongly in one object, that's about having the right information. And we get to see a lot of people in the gym working really hard but not getting results. The reason could be because they don't know about it. So please do share the channel with your friends. At the same time, hit the bell icon. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. At the same time, hit the bell icon that you get the information on whenever we have a new video on the YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I look forward to see you in the next video.